What would you do if everything you thought you knew about your partner was a lie? What if the truth was something far darker than you could ever imagine? Stay with me until the end to uncover the shocking betrayal that changed everything for me. I've always believed that James and I had something special. For nearly 3 years, he was my rock, my partner, my best friend. Our connection felt unbreakable. We shared everything, from our dreams about the future to the little daily moments that most people would consider insignificant. I trusted him with all my heart. But lately, something shifted. James became distant. I didn't want to admit it at first, thinking it was just work stress or the natural ups and downs of any relationship. But I couldn't ignore the growing feeling that something wasn't right. The late-night texts, the missed calls, the sudden change in how he looked at me, it felt like he was pulling away. One night, while we sat at our favorite coffee shop, I felt it more than ever. His eyes weren't really on me. They kept darting to his phone. I asked if everything was okay, and he reassured me, but something about it didn't feel right. My gut told me there was more to the story than he was letting on. I brushed it off, but the doubt stayed with me. Little things kept happening that made me wonder. Why had he suddenly become so secretive? What was going on behind the closed doors I couldn't see? One Sunday afternoon, I came home earlier than usual. My meeting had finished early, and I found James's phone sitting on the kitchen counter. Usually, I wouldn't touch his things, but something about the phone, the way it was just lying there, made my curiosity get the best of me. I picked it up, almost hesitating. When I unlocked it, the first message I saw made my stomach drop. It was from a number I didn't recognize, and it read, "I miss you so much. Can't wait to see you again tonight." My heart pounded. I didn't want to jump to conclusions, but this wasn't just a casual message. I started scrolling, my hands shaking. The messages between James and this unknown person were flirtatious, suggesting they'd met up multiple times. Why hadn't he told me about this person? Why were they talking this way? I felt betrayed. Why was he hiding this? And how much more was there that I didn't know? The more I thought about it, the more I realized there was something bigger going on. Late-night phone calls, deleted texts, and the way James had been acting distant were just the tip of the iceberg. I had to get to the truth. A few days later, I found the photo. It was an intimate selfie of James and a woman. They were in a hotel room, and while her face wasn't visible, the context was impossible to ignore. The message attached to the photo was worse. "Same time next weekend? I'll be waiting for you." My whole world tilted. I couldn't breathe. This wasn't just an affair, it was months of lies, betrayal, and deceit. That night, I confronted him. My voice trembled as I asked, "Who is she, James?" His face drained of color. He didn't deny it. He didn't try to explain it away. "It's not what you think," he said, his voice low. "I didn't want you to find out this way, but yes, I've been seeing someone else. 4 months now." My heart shattered. I wanted to scream, to cry, but all I could do was stand there in stunned silence. How could he do this to me? How could he lie so easily? But then he dropped another bombshell. "It's not just her, Emma. There's something else I need to tell you. Something worse than what you think." My head spun. What could be worse than what he'd already told me? Was there more? Was this just the beginning of the lies? "What else is there, James? What aren't you telling me?" I asked, my voice barely above a whisper. He didn't answer. Instead, he just stood there, his eyes filled with regret. "I need to explain everything. But before I do, you need to know that this is just the beginning. There's more to the story than you think." My heart raced, my mind spinning. What could he possibly mean by that? What had I missed? I had to know, but I wasn't sure I could handle it. If you think this story is shocking, just wait for the next part. James has a secret that could change everything. What do you think he's hiding now? Could you ever forgive someone who betrayed you like this? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss what happens next. Stay tuned, because the next twist will leave you breathless. Remember, not everything is as it seems. Keep watching to uncover the full story.